Anastasia, we are all waiting to see what Jay Powell is going to say at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Friday. Mark your calendar, set your TiVo, whatever you're going to do. What are you expecting?
Well, one thing I'm expecting him not to do is to give any strong hints one way or another, whether he's going to go 50 basis points or 75 basis points in September. The reality is there's still enough data that he needs to see, the committee needs to see in order to make that decision. So I don't expect him to hint at that. But one thing that I think he may try to do is kind of reset the expectations and the tone in the markets about the fact that we're going to have rate cuts in 2023, because that's what the markets are pricing in. And he might actually push back against that. I think it is way too premature to talk about rate cuts. And their goal is to get us into restrictive territory and really to stay there for a period of time. So if there's one thing that I think he may push back on in terms of market pricing, I suspect it's the rate cuts that are being priced in.
You buying into the market, meaning equities, ahead of whatever this announcement is or whatever he's going to say, or you want to be on the sidelines waiting to see what he says first? Do you think we're actually going to hear him say anything? I mean, what do you think the outcome of this is going to be when it comes to the way the marketplace reacts?
Yeah, I think we're going to do whatever market moves are going to happen preemptively before that. And if we do see a more meaningful pullback this week, Andrew, I would say this does become a buying opportunity for investors. I mean, generally speaking, as I think about the markets, what's the risk reward? The closer we get to 4,300, the less attractive the stocks become. And it's interesting that we got just shy of that level and that was rejected, and we now have this pullback. But the closer we get to 3,800, I'm not saying we're going to get there this week, but the closer we get to that level, the more attractive stocks become. And I want to be a buyer in that space. So I think the markets are jittery after the 17% rally that we've had. I think we're in a profit-taking mode. So if that does unravel a little bit more before the Fed, then I would be stepping in to buy some things. And by the way, you were talking about retail, you were talking about meme stocks, but I think the stocks that you want to buy are in the technology space, the software space, and some of the higher growth stocks, because guess what? The economy is slowing and we're probably going to be muddling through for the next few quarters, if not years. So in that case, the spotlight is going to be back on companies that actually can deliver outsized growth.